Good afternoon. My name is Andri Caterina Albarracin Jaimes. I am the delegate of Turkey. Our president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is the head of the Turkish state and government organized in a democratic, secular, social, and legal regime in the form of a presidential republic. I am going to talk to you about 5 or 6 topics. Uh, the I am going to tell you about 5 or 6 topics that I think that our country think that they are very important. The topic number one is gun control. Gun control is a very important topic because in our country, according to some research studies of firearms, both legal and illegal by civilians is 13,249,000. On the other hand, in Turkey, it's estimated that there are 10,749,000 illegal weapons. Legislation of firearms control includes law number 5201. And this regulation, firearms are regulated by the Ministry of Interior and the Ministry of Defense. Only licensed gun owners can legally acquire, possess, or transfer a fire of ammunition. Applicants for firearms license must demonstrate a legitimate reason for possessing a firearm. For example, hunting, target shooting, collection, personal protection, and safari. The minimum age for the possession of firearm is 21 years old. The applicant for a firearms license must undergo a verification of criminal records, mental health, domestic violence, medical, and addictions. The maximum penalty for illegal possession of firearms is 3 years in prison and a penalty fee. And in the past year, Turkey passes law allowing neighborhood needs watchmen to use lethal weapons. Turkish parliament has approved a controversial law on Thursday that will give more power to night watchmen in neighborhoods, and that will allow them to carry and use lethal weapons during the exercise of their labors. Other topic is death penalty. This penalty was provided by Constitution of 2004. However, our President Erdogan, he has said that it was a mistake to abolish the death penalty 15 years ago, and he has promised to restore its parliament approved or pass a law to that end. And we did wrong by abolishing the death penalty because he offers us to feed those in prison, those who killed to 2051 of our citizens, policemen, and soldiers on the night of the attempted coup on July. Drugs control. I am going to tell about drugs control in our country. In our country is a topic very interesting because it severely punishes crime related to the production, traffic, or sale of drugs. In accordance with Article 188 of the Turkish Penal Code, and person who without authorization produce, export or import drugs, relaxing or exciting, will be punished with imprisonment no less than 10 years. The same article establishes that any person who sells, supplies, delivers, negotiates, and acquires or consumes drugs, relaxing, or will be punished with a custodial sentence of 5 to 15 years. In the event that a crime involves heroin, cocaine, morphine, or morphine base, the penalty will be increased by half. The penalty will also be increased by half if in the crime is committed by several people organized in hands. In accordance with our 191, any person who buys, accepts, or travels drugs or transport drugs, relaxing or exciting for their personal use will be punished with imprisonment from 1 year to 2 years. Instead, the second paragraph of Article 192 of the Turkish Penal Code establishes that no sanction will be imposed if the person who buys, accepts, or transport drugs or stimulants for their personal use facilitates the capture of the perpetrators of the seizure of drugs, informing the authorities and indicating the names of the supplier's date and a place of delivery. This is article. The paragraph of this article is very important because if you use drugs for your personal use and you want collaborate of the authorities, it's possible that you don't have a sanctions. Other topic is sex work. In our country, the prostitution in Turkey, is legal and regulated. The secularization of Turkish society allowed prostitution to achieve legal status in the early 20th century. Legal 20th century is known as general house. In the country, brothels must receive government permits to operate. In turn, regulatory agencies issue identity cards to sex workers that entitle them to free health care and the other social service. However, many local governments now have a policy of not issuing new registration. If some cities such as Ankara and Bursa brothels have been demolished by court order. According to research studies by Professor Dana M. Hughes, the largest group of foreign women involved in production in Turkey are Ukrainian, so sex workers, prostitution. The prostitution in our country is regulated by the Article 227 and the Turkish Penal Code. The promotion of prostitution is punishable by imprisonment from 2 months or 4 years. In our country, the passport is, if you propose is entry into our country for the purpose of prostitution, your passport is negated. Abortion. The topic is abortion. The abortion is until 1983 abortion was legal only to save the life or heal of the mother. And in the case of malformation of the fetus, of the fetus. There was a high and growing incidence of unsafe abortion, with his morbidity and mortality rates for pregnant women who performed unsafe abortion. This situation contributes decisively to the legislation of abortion of the request of the woman within 10 weeks of gestation, through the enactment of the Planning Law of May 24 and 24. Other topic is religious freedom. In our country, a very big count of our country, a very big population is practice the Islam. And this is a really easy religion most followed by this population. Our God is Allah, our prophet is Muhammad, and the Quran is our holy book. Followers of this religion practice Ramadan for 1 month a year, which consists of fasting during daily hours. This is our position, or this is the position of our country in front of these topics. Very thank you.